Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and this video is brought to you by the online BBallBreakdown membership. Click the first link in the description below to learn more and join.
Good.
It was no surprise when the New Orleans Pelicans drafted Zion Williamson as the first pick in the NBA draft. The incredible things he can do on the court are well documented when you factor in all the other artful moves general manager David Griffin has done in the wake of their superstar leaving. He has potentially created an explosive team that could unleash havoc on the rest of the NBA. In order to get a sense of how Zion will fit in with Coach Alvin Gentry's offense, I decided looking at how Julius Randle operated with the ball would be a great place to start. Of course, Randle isn't the same kind of athlete that Zion is, but they do have remarkably similar body types, are both lefty, and there is a stylistic similarity that should be quite revealing. Considering all the drama that the Anthony Davis trade demand caused last season, you might be surprised to see how well Randle did in Gentry's offense last year. That said, there wasn't a ton of actual offense ran. By the second half of the season, I think Gentry was just trying to keep his ship from sinking to the bottom of the NBA Ocean, and their attack with the ball wasn't very complicated. But here's what I was able to glean. The first thing that jumped out at me is how much freedom Randle had to operate at the elbow, primarily on the right side. This is a red zone touch for him, meaning once he got it there, he was going to bull his way to the basket, and with his dominant left-hand dribble, the right elbow touch allowed him to attack right into the middle and get to the front of the rim. I was impressed at how willing the team was to clear out the area for him, let him take his time, and use brute force to release his semi-awkward finishes at the basket. And it was really helpful in allowing Randle to use his shiftiness off the dribble, which would surprise his defender time and again, allowing him to get to his dominant left and finish off the glass. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to imagine plugging Zion into this spot, getting isolations at the elbow, and while you can see some similarities to the use of his body to create space, the difference in quickness and explosiveness is frightening. He didn't get a ton of elbow catches while playing for Coach K at Duke, and most of the offense they ran was suboptimal for him, but I think this low post catch near the three-point line is similar to an elbow catch, and while he overpowers two defenders here, this kind of double pump hanging shot will most likely get sent into the stands. But if you needed a good example of the difference in movement pattern between Randle and Zion, this is it. Williamson's center of gravity is lower, and the force he brings on his drives will make it hard for defenders to keep their balance while also offering some resistance. His spins off the right shoulder and nice touch is a skill that will serve him well in the NBA. Randle also got plenty of attack opportunities as a trail big man in Gentry's spread offense as they would sprint the center to the block. He doesn't need too much room to get into the paint and turn over his left shoulder for the fadeaway from 7 feet. In semi-transition, the focus for the offense is to spread as quickly as possible to open the lane area, where Randle again uses his size to root the defender off his position, then finish strong off the glass. Zion is much better attacking off the catch. Notice how he lifts both feet just before the ball gets there, and he can change directions at full speed to avoid defenders as well as anyone I've seen in a long, long time. And if NBA defenders aren't going to find him quickly as the ball is being pushed up the court, he will no doubt punish them if he gets there before anyone with size is back to defend the rim. And this brings us to transition, something the Pelicans look to do early and often. According to Synergy, they ranked 8th in the league in transition frequency, but ranked almost last in efficiency. Well, that's about to change. Zion will be the rare player who can grab a tough defensive rebound and lead a break all by himself, requiring at least 2 players to wall him off from the basket or else he'll score. I can't think of more than 5 or 6 players in the NBA right now who deserve this type of respect, and Zion is about to join those ranks. If you weren't sold on his ability to explode, change directions, maintain balance, and regain balance almost instantly, I present you with this. His left-handed unorthodoxy should also serve him well as the level of athlete and defender significantly rises, forcing him into more creative ways to finish on the break. The need to be more creative in the face of increasing athletic ability and skill is similar to what you need to be when you want to find the best prices for tickets online. With so many choices, let me help you narrow it down with 2 words: SeatGeek. They scour the internet to bring you the best prices available, give you a rating so you know if it's a good value, and deliver your tickets right to your phone in just a couple of taps. No matter where you live, you're going to want to see Zion in person. So use SeatGeek to find tickets to a Pelicans game in your area and save $20 off your first purchase with my code BBall. When you think basketball, think BBallBreakdown, and when you think tickets, think SeatGeek. My favorite part of his game is his use of the gallop when attacking. A great way to stay under control, on balance, and supremely explosive. He lifts both feet in the air as a built-in hesitation to survey the defense. He then changes the distance and cadence of his steps, turning sideways into the man to protect the dribble, before lifting both feet in the air again to bounce off the floor and quick release this floater over the big man with nice touch. And if you give him this much space just inside of half court, oh my God. Check the offhand inside-out dribble, which the defense has to honor, thinking he wants to go left, but then the crossover back to his strong side into an off-foot quick-release layup, all at full speed. Incredible. Let's get back to the half-court offense, where I was surprised to see how often Randle brought the ball up for the Pelicans. Here, he rubs off a quick brush screen before getting downhill to his left and demolishing the defense with the layup. There's no doubt in my mind they'll use this quick brush screen with Zion as he brings it up the court, which will allow him to find the same type of attacking deep into the lane. A staple of Gentry's offense is the pass and follow for the screen, catching the defense out of position early for the easy lob and finish at the rim. Sadly, Duke didn't get Zion ball screening hardly at all, so we don't have much footage of this. But it wouldn't be hard to imagine how much success he could have getting short rolls with his ability to attack on the catch, handle the ball so well, and he also showed some court vision now and again to make a good pass in the midst of a full throttle attack on the rim. This will most likely be the area of his game that needs the most work, but if this is the primordial evidence of a passing game, I'm in. Gentry was able to find a healthy number of post-ups for Randle. I like how they utilized the dribble handoff to force a switch and get the mismatch for him, and Randle could then take his time, survey the defense before spinning back hard to the baseline for the score. And it wouldn't be hard to imagine Zion getting the same type of position and spinning over that right shoulder for scores with his dominant left hand. In college, his defenders were nowhere near big enough to handle him, so he'll be forced to get creative in his finishes like this one over a double team off the glass. Gentry also used the pick and roll to get Randle deep position in the low block, where switchy defenses would get caught with a little guy on him and he could spin and have his way. And that's what it looked like with Zion on so many of his college post-ups. The sheer power and agility that close to the basket should no doubt translate perfectly to the NBA and get him his share of buckets. With playmakers like Jrue Holiday and Lonzo Ball on his team, the pistol actions they run out of their motion should also free Zion up for easy buckets. The quick handoff to Holiday allows him to break back to the baseline, forces the help, and the little pocket pass to Randle gets him a layup. And I can't wait to see Zion bring the ball up, initiate a handoff, then continue down to set the pin down to Holiday. On the curl, Randle's man has to step up, and it's another easy score plus the and one. Duke's offense just didn't run much action that would get Zion screening, then cutting to the basket. But the little evidence we do have indicates to me this is going to be a fun season for him. Of course, there is the issue of his jump shot. It's as funky as can be from a release position, plus the rotation of his wrist could scare little children. There are some solutions that could fix that. One of them is to teach him to bring his index finger to his thumb on release like Michael and Kobe did. This prevents the wrist from rolling to the side, and it should help with consistency in keeping the shot straight. But we've already seen incredible athletes with no jump shot dominate the NBA game recently, and he's already ahead of them with his jumper at this stage in his career. So I don't expect it to be a huge issue for him in the regular season. This new Pelicans team is really exciting to me. They can throw a lineup out there with Jrue Holiday and Lonzo Ball in the backcourt, the perfect mix of offense and defense that can really be a problem for most other guard tandems in the league. Then you have Brandon Ingram and Zion at the forward spots. Ingram's length and scoring ability, alongside Zion's explosiveness, will be a load for teams on both ends of the court. Then you throw Jackson Hayes out there, a guy in the Clint Capella mode who's got ability but will need to mature in a hurry. We'll have to see how David Griffin fleshes out the rest of the roster, but if the last week is any indication, I'm confident they'll find a few more shooters and defenders, all leading me to think that the post-Anthony Davis reboot in New Orleans is going to be a lot of fun. And if they can stay healthy, surprisingly fruitful in the win column. I can't wait to see how this team looks on the court come October. And I think Zion said it best.
Let's dance. Let's dance.
Sports fans, Coach Nick again, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then I've got a new online basketball membership where I share with you the best of what NBA teams are doing to help you be more successful on the court. Click the first link in the description or the pinned comment below to learn more. And don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know how you feel about today's video. Check your settings to make sure you get notified each time we drop a new one. After all, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?